Okay, we're back with lovely Hello Lady. Let's go hold up. Alright. Whoopsie, my bad. So we are back with lovely Hello Lady. So, uh, I wanna say a few quite frank. Actually, never mind. Actually, no. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna cancel. What's today? Today's Monday. I'm gonna cancel. Maybe I could know tomorrow and maybe do like a big channel video. Um, but that's probably what I'm gonna probably do tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, still quite frank. I mean, I don't think most people like Akano anyway as it is. So I mean, I don't think nothing's gonna be lost of value. I'd say maybe. So that's something. But yeah, that's about it. Anyway, let's get back to Hello Lady.
もう我慢なりません。こんなものコーヒーではありません。自分が真の COFFEE というものを見せてやりましょう。
Oh boy, here comes the true I guess the the best coffee that we can probably that everyone probably has. I'm sure she probably paid a shitload of money for it too.
今入れたコーヒーは
It's garbage. It's garbage.
排水口へシュー。
Wow. Down the drain you go. Oh my, why you're wasting coffee? I'm not a coffee lover, and that's like, come on now. First, first she sprayed the coffee on me. Then she insulted, and now she took the coffee I made for myself and poured it into the sink. Wow! Oh wow! Damn it! How unjust! How vile! The stainless steel sink. It emitted a a wait, a shrill metallic sound as though joining me in protest. Then, despite me not asking, she began preparing what she described as real coffee. Well, this is gonna be good. I watched her work from behind. From what I could tell, she seemed quite skilled.
最初にコーヒー全体を湿らせ、それから一気に湯を注ぐのがコツです。
Okay, well, everyone take notes. Take notes. This is true. Preparation. How you make coffee. I'm guessing from a master.
よく聞く話ではあるが、そんなに違うのかね。
I would say most maybe.
他にも気をつけるべきところはたくさんありますが、割愛します。
Okay, probably it probably doesn't matter then.
そして、こちらが完成品になります。
Okay. Eric presented real coffee, going hot, as she handed it to me. As she handed me the cup. Based on the heat of the cup, she must have filled it with hot water and warmed it before pouring the coffee. Erin herself seemed to be a fan of black coffee, and so I took a sip without putting any sugar or milk in it.
まさか、この味は。
何リットルちびりましたか？
Wow, oh my gosh. This girl. But but she she's she's a as I said before, she's a gremlin, I think.
濃厚な香りの中から舌を刺す苦味と酸味。味わいは匂いに負けず濃密。だが後口はさっぱりとしている。これはなかなか見事な手並み。
当然です。
So proud. My praise made Erin fold her hands and puff out her chest as though she was going to going to do a bridge, but instead she leaned back as far as as far as her head, wait, but instead she leaned back so far that her head actually hit the floor based on the sound. It must have hurt quite a bit. Oh my goodness. She couldn't wait, she couldn't lift her wait. She couldn't lift herself back up until her abdomen muscles what but she couldn't lift herself back up with her abdomen muscles alone. So she sluggishly put her hands on the floor and used them to return to an upright position before puffing out her chest again in in a more reserved manner. I'm not sure how to respond. Her actions were of a realm far beyond my understanding. Oh goodness.
ふい。本物のコーヒーというのは透き通って濁りなく、ローストの香り、深い苦味と淡い酸味、それから豆の甘みがコンクリート車の中身のように混ざり合ったものなのです。
Oh goodness.
うん、それは二度と口にしたくなくなる表現ではないかね。
死ぬほど味わって飲むがよい。
Wow. Okay. Wait a minute.
死ぬほど味わって飲むがよい。
I swear, I'm sure I've heard this voice. The last oing sound. It's from somewhere. Mm. She truly brewed a delicious coffee. It was easy. It was easily in the top five I've ever tasted. Excuse me. I'm sure our maid is probably one. Our lovely, delicious maid is probably in them top five. Mm. I knew that food and drink would change dramatically with just a little bit of knowledge and skill, but I didn't know that there was such a master nearby. Mm. That made me notice that she was that she was considerate that she was considerate of techniques wait of technology wait of tech wait, that made me realize, but that made me notice that she was considerate of technology, techniques, and details, and had sensitive taste buds, copied with a with a fixation on what satisfied them. I bet. Oh gosh, super small text. It was something I've never wait. Yeah, it was something I never would have expected of the Carpus girl who who did whatever she wanted and went wherever the wind blew her. A perfect a perfect explanation of the fact that every human being had hidden layers to them.
ふむふむ。
I also noted that sitting in front of her that was wait, like wait. I also noted that sitting in front of her like that while silently drinking coffee together was quite pleasant. Mm. I savored the taste and scent of the coffee. Ah, the bitterness covered my mouth, overwhelming me with a sense of nostalgia. I couldn't help but to remember scenes when I wait. I can't help but to remember scenes that would have been burnt to ash. Holding my cup in my hands, I looked at Eru as she drank her coffee. It reminded me of a little girl who stayed by my side all those years ago. And that was despite the fact that Eru didn't resemble her in terms of her face, saloon, age, and about just about anything else. Everything else, I meant. It was a scene it was a scene I hadn't forgotten. Once over the past 7 years, an immense tragedy marked by bloodshed and flame. Mm. It, but it felt like I would never uh, reminisce about it in such a relaxed manner before.
ふむ。
While I was lost in thought, enjoying this sweet aftertaste, Eri tried to touch my laptop again. This girl, get your hands away from there! Next to the closet, I saw a chair that she obviously placed to use as a platform.
やめたまえ。
This this girl,
他人の PC のフォルダ名をロリ画像に変更しまくるのが趣味なんですが。
why? This, yeah, you're trying to get me in trouble. Eh,
さらにやめたまえ。
eh. I enjoyed having her around, but her penitence is but her penitence for going through people's belongings was an ever changing was an ever present danger. It was probably a good idea to put some distance between us. Let's take the laptop and hide it very skillfully.
さて、そろそろ落ち着いたことだろう。それを飲んだら自室へ戻りたまえ。本日は休校だが、各学生は部屋で自習せよとのことだ。
Ah,
うさぎさんは寂しいと死んでしまうと聞いたことありませんか？
yeah, that is true. Yes, unfortunately.
それは迷信だ。では、サクの部屋へでも行きたまえ。
あの部屋には自爆霊が出るので無理です。TNT 火薬1トン分の破壊力です。
A ghost haunts that room. Uh-huh.
自爆違いだろう。では、空子にでも相手をしてもらうというのはどうかね。彼女ならば喜んで迎えてくれるだろ
Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's putting poor Aru's life in danger. You know, once Aru freaking Sorako they get together, Sorako's just gonna cuddle the fuck out of Aru. Oh, just wanna hold her and every damn thing. And Aru's like, no, fuck that. I don't want that.
あの部屋にはトラップが仕掛けてあります。思わずサウンドオブミュージック歌いながら国境を越えるほどの恐ろしい罠が。
Uh-huh. I assume she wished to avoid Sorako. Oh, no, I assume she wished to avoid Saki due to the tension between them, but she suddenly claimed that even Sorako wouldn't do.
う。では、玉緒のところなら。
I don't know. Ta- I mean, I think okay, Tama and Eru, I think gets along, but I mean, I don't know how well. I mean, Tama's somewhat of a hothead, but she has her moments. But I mean, I don't think I don't think that will go well for a lovely Eru.
あの部屋はヤンキーがいます。
What? Yeah, just be honest, fucking say that's a delinquent over there. I ain't going over there.
そこだけ本当のことだな。
Yeah,
ヤンキーは怖いですからね。開口を発しながら空を飛び、酸の体液を垂らしますし、夜な夜な袋をそっくりの声で泣きますし。
looks. I can only imagine. Okay, if anyone can translate what our lovely Eru is saying over here, by all freaking means. Really, by all freaking means. I'm thinking though, I'm thinking the last part though, spends their nights hooting like owls. I can only imagine Tama doing some late night exercise with her hands and singing to the heavens. But that's just me. That's just me in my dirty mind.
私が以前に聞いたヤンキーと違うな。
Apparently, she wished to remain in my life. Still holding little Junjo, she completely relaxed and made herself comfortable. Well, that's as good as any. Okay. Cats usually prefer their homes above all else, but apparently the tension in the air made her feel uncomfortable in her own room, so she decided to use mine instead. Of course she did.
この部屋はテレビすらないんですか。PC 触れないというのに。漫画は？
No, I don't have that here.
ない。
漫画というタイトルの漫画を寝そべって読んでゲラゲラ笑いたいのに。畜生、世の中腐ってやがる。パッだ。
Excuse me? Error. We do not use such language in this household. Though it's quite enjoying, quite frank, but still. um, well, that's a manga, quite frank, I'm sure people would probably love to read.
ないものはない。うん。それなら他の部屋で。
寝そべって読んだらパンチラスポット大発生ですよ。仰向けかうつ伏せか選ぶ権利も与えますよ。
Oh, that's a bargain. But Eru, I doubt you have good pencil for my exquisite taste.
必要ない。需要もない。私は放満の生成を信じて信仰しているのだよ。君の平坦に未来はあるが、成田真理が愛すべきは少なくとも現在ではないのだ。
Wow. My sincere words traveled in one ear and out the other.
つまんねえ部屋です。クモの巣張れ。
Wow. Cobwebs upon you. Okay, she complained, but showed no will to leave. Instead, she started to kicking her feet like a child and throwing a tantrum. Oh my god. Okay, we'll go get you some manga. Let's go. Let's go to the store. If you throw a fucking tantrum, Crash, chasing her out seemed rather difficult. Perhaps it was best to let her stay and just observe her. It was unlikely that she would start searching through my things as long as I remained on guard.
うん。
I had the option of forcing her out, but I chose not to. Sharing the same space as that as that Wilson cat-like girl felt strangely pleasant. It was odd to me, but I approved, and so I decided to move, at least move behind her, my bad, and get a good look at her pencil. Oh, our boy did the naughty, I think. A few days had passed. Well, our boy did the naughty. I'm guessing our boy did the naughty. He- Because you can see the somewhat text change. Okay, you saw it for like a split second. It was like okay, something was about to happen, but this overrid the change or whatever. So I'm guessing they did like a time little skip. Anywho, mm, over that period of time, three major wait yeah okay oh wait yeah okay over that period of time, three major changes occurred in the academy with the first being the announcement of Tokino Yoshino's death in an accident. Miss Tokine was not only an important lecturer, but also the leading figure in HMI research. The effort the wait the effort wait the effect of her death was equal excuse me the effect of her death was equal to that of an explosive act of terrorism, and there was no and there was no end to the to the secret funds with okay, there was no end to the secret fumes for her, feuds, the secret feuds for her position. I bet. Mm. The lecturers were actually hit harder by her death than the students. And they expressed it both openly and covertly. It seemed it would take a while before they calm down. Wow. To ugh, these students. Why can't they learn better? They're stopping my research. The second change was the fact that right after Tokino's death, Sorko had collapsed. Sorko?
空子はしばらく戻れないと思う。いや、重病というわけじゃない。少し、そう、落ち着くまで時間がかかりそうというだけさ。
Oh no. Tiggy knew her circumstances and told us that she was being kept in the research in a research she was being kept in the building research infirmary.
学友として彼女の一日も早い回復を祈っているよ。
We should go see her, shouldn't we?
僕もだ。
I was conflicted that he was being honest. Yeah, but I was confident. My bad, confident he was being honest. I don't know about that. I don't trust this man. And the third and wait, as for the third change, oh boy, let me guess. Aaron's stopping by frequently, maybe every day.
ドナウモンの道具で何が欲しい？
Huh? Aaron suddenly jumped out in front of me. Excuse me, my bad. I heard from history. When it speak of dungeon, it was mm, it was an immensely popular uh comic comic known to just about everyone in Japan. It was safe to call it a classic even. It was about a savage robot that came from Delta, excuse me, from Delta, and it focused on his uh, oh goodness gracious, what the hell? I'm burping. I'm guessing. What the hell did I eat last night? I almost ate something there, quite right. Anyway, uh, it was focused on his, on his, and endeavors, whatever, to, endeavors, right? Yeah, endeavors to create all sorts of trouble using, using the gadgets from his, 13th dimensional pouch.
って聞いて、スペアポシェとか、もしもボルボックスと答えるやつは、確実につまらない人間ですね。成田はどうですか？
Why are you asking us? I've read some volumes from his collection on for research purposes. I haven't gotten a solid enough foundation to fully grasp it, but I recall the consonants itself.
ふむ。私は時々間違えて出てくるスルメだな。
おお、マニアックチョイス来ました。さすが成田。変態。ド変態。
What? Oh my good, a pervert among hentais. Wow. Thanks, Eric. Thank you.
そこまで褒めることはないのだよ。私が偉大なのは今更言うまでもないことだ。スルメはいい。実に歯ごたえのあるやつだからね。
Eric liked my answer enough to latch onto my arm. She was as flat as ever, but I very much enjoyed the softness. Uh, a few days ago, Eru started occasionally visiting my room or coming at me like a needy cat in class. She got in the way and annoyed me every now and then. But overall, it was fun to have her. However, there were some onlookers who watched her recent actions in horror. Oh no. Oh no.
おい、エル、どうした？悪いもんでも食べたのか？頭に虫とか湧いてないよな。
仲良きことは美しきなのよ、多分。
Tama was shaking, clearly straining herself. Masaki looked on with a face that even she didn't understand before weakly shaking her head. Ugh, I can't believe this. Even our tactician has fallen. Basically, excuse me. Basically, they were surprised and disturbed by our friendship. Honestly, I was surprised myself, so I didn't really have a good explanation.
僕なら着せ替えデジカメかな。メイド服を配給しよう。老若男女の区別なく、すべての人類に世界が平和になりますように。
I would love to have a red dressing camera. If I did, I would dispute maid outfits to made uniforms to all mankind, young, old, men, women. It's possible. It's the only possible path towards world peace. I have to say, I agree with Taiki's logic. Just just pure logic right here. Though quite frank, we don't need to put it on men, and we don't need to put it on old women. Just put it on young women, quite frank, you know. And quite frank, I think we would get world peace maybe in a couple of, maybe just maybe in a day. Taigi broke the silence, shattering the Omont aura. He rarely joined in on conversation since he preferred to be an observer, so that was a surprise.
老若男女。時として博愛主義は歓迎できません。メイドおじいちゃんとか、新ジャンルすぎです。
Thank you, yes, Error, yes. Speak, preach, Error, preach.
ひらひらとたなびく裾ほど素晴らしいものは稀だよ。そこには男女も老いも若きもないと思う。
I don't know about that. Hey, Taigi, I don't know about that one.
おじいちゃんカチューシャとかは、新しい世界の芽生えとしてはいけるかもしれません。
Excuse no, okay, wait a minute. Okay, hold up. Don't let don't no, no. We cannot have this. You're twisting poor Eru's mind. You're corrupting her. No, you stay away. You stay away from poor our lovely Eru. You shouldn't be agreeing with this man.
どういう話を噛み合わせんだよ、お
You
前ら。
don't you don't want to know, Tama. If only she knew the horror that's being talked about. Mm. What did Taiki Makoto intend? I refuse to believe that he merely joined in our ideal chatter. Koro and Taiki should have already realized the meaning behind Token Yoshino's death. They should have realized that someone was wait. They should have realized that someone who was after them, or wait. They should have realized that someone who was who was after them, or the academy was already nearby. So
ところで、話は変わるんだが、噂を聞いたよ。
okay, I knew it. The exchange was just a surgery for this. Taiki's smile vanished as I felt him peer at me with a gaze that seemed as coy as to coil around me. He was observing my reaction. It seemed that he accepted Tokinoshino's step, so what was his plan? The proper course of action was to leak information on the spot of the accident, which was something no student could have known, and observe how I reacted. In that case, my biggest worry was error. If Taigi talked about the circumstances surrounding Tokyo Yoshi's death, she would likely begin to suspect Shinigami. Mm, That wa- that was a result of my own failure, and I was ready to accept it. However, the wait for what Taiki said next still made me tense enough that sweat formed on my back.
近いうちに野外実証試験が行われそうだ。
Oh, he said something completely out of left field.
どういうこと？そんな話聞いてないわよ。
野外実証試験初めて聞くな。
Yeah, a practical field examination. Okay.
そっか。成田はまだ知らなかったわね。
Yeah.
俺たちクラウンが学外に出るんだよ。県の対策本部からの要請を受けて。
Oh, okay.
HMI を学園外で活動させるとは、よく行政の許可が下りるものだね。
Okay. So I'm guessing, right? Okay. I'm guessing. I'm guessing it's like what like Saki did the first time, right? When she traveled outside of the okay, I'm guessing like at the start of the game, right? When she's traveled outside the academy or whatnot, and they did her little mission or whatnot with Tokina.
仕方ありません。やるのはスライダーへの対応ですから。
Sliders. Sliders. I've heard about them in a recent lecture. They were essentially HMIs who have gone berserk. Okay, since what since they were an anomaly and a poison amid standard society. Strong beings of the same order had to deal with them. Beings like the crowns and other Ator graded HMIs.
ということは、外で新しく HMI が発見されたが、運悪く適正にかけ、スライダー化していた。ということかな。
Oh,
所詮噂だから。僕にも詳しくはわからない。
okay.
大義が噂というのなら、多分当たってるんでしょうね。
Any rumors you oh damn.
お褒めに預かり光栄だけど、明日のことは明日になってみなければわからないよ。
Okay.
ただ、これも噂だが、今回はクラウンだけではなく、プルミエール級以上の HMI すべてが対象になるらしい。
Wait a minute. Okay. It won't just be the crowns, but all the premium grade and students above. Huh?
大げさですね。エトワールとプルミエール、両方合わせれば50人近いですよ。それを野外実証試験とは、街に戦車を乗り込ませるようなものです。
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. So what this sounds like is they're calling in everybody for this one person, right? No, for this one exam. I mean, I mean, is this what I'm guessing? Okay, it's like okay, so they're having like a big exam, right? And it's just not just us. It's everyone. The whole council. I mean, the whole student body and whatnot.
そんなこと、今まで一度もなかったのに。どういうこと？スライダーはこれまでだって、私たちクラウンで問題なく処理してきたわ。
Yeah, we need everybody. Why?
それなのに、一言の相談もなく、学生の動員を進めていくなんて。
I mean, we're not. Yeah, Saki's getting a bit mad, but
何もかもまだ噂だよ。
yeah, it seems suspicious.
そうね。ごめんなさい。あなたに当たっても仕方ない。でも、一体どうして急に。 そんな大げさなことをして、万一何かあったらどうするつもりなのよ。
Yeah. I mean, okay, with all these students here, right? With all these students here, but okay, with all the students, I mean, something's bound to happen wrong, right? I mean, again, I mean, something's bound to happen wrong. The frustrated expression on Saki's face was a rare sight. This was a rare sight. She was tense because the so-called anti-slender practical examinations were actually battles. Wait, back up. So, okay, so we're fighting out other students, or is it just, or is it, okay? How's it gonna work? There was no telling what could happen. The slender would desperately resist, and adding inexperienced Netroids to the battle did nothing but increase the chance of unforeseen consequences. So wait a minute. Okay. So we're going to fight the monsters, right? We're gonna fight these slender things, right? So we're adding normal students that I would say, well, maybe I would say normal students, but less potential good students in the mix. I mean, that sounds that sounds like it's a catastrophe waiting to happen, right? Oh, that's what it seems like to me. Tokino Yoshino always left it to the crowns because she understood that the well-trained few were more powerful than the unwashed masses. I mean, yeah, get a few well-trained good people in there, and this is good. No, that's all you need. You don't need to bring all these other people in here. Sacrifice a few for the many. Mm, mm. Had this changed because Tokino had died, or was there some other reason?
今回は相手をロストしてしまったらしい。
Huh?
それも噂かね。ロストということは見失ったと。
問題のスライダーはスクールの追跡を振り切り、当局の捜査の網にもかかっていない。だから人数を動員せざるを得ないらしい。
Okay, the Slender took the Academy's trackers and doesn't appear. Wait a minute, what?
探すところから始めるんですか？
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
それなら納得できなくはないけど、クラウンのメンバーは創作向きの HMI とは言えないし。
Y-
結局どれもこれも噂で確かな話じゃないんだろ。
Yeah,
実際そうなったらまた言ってくれ。
I'm with Tama on this one. Mm-mm. Tama shook her hand and tried to leave the classroom, looking extremely bored.
タマオ、どこへ行くの？もうすぐ講義の開始よ。
Home.
やぼよ。適当に言い訳しといてくれよな。
Okay. See ya, gorgeous.
タマオ、ちょっと待ちなさい。
Bye, Tama. She's like, fuck that, I'm leaving. Tama dashed away before Saki stopped her. She tried to make it look casual, but her steps were hurried.
言ってしまったね。
身勝手ヤンキーの面目躍如です。
Yeah.
ふむ。
Tama, Tama seemed almost impatient there. She tried to look normal, but her face looked as sharp as an unsheathed blade. What what had made her rush away like that had all the other had all the other incidents over the past few days took a toll on her.
もうタマオ、一体どういうつもりなの？
our Tama's probably gonna try and fight on her own, which wouldn't surprise me. After spending a moment in thought, Saki gave in and decided to wait and just wait. Saki gave in and did something on her device. I assumed that she opened the info layer to send a message to Tama or check on her coordinates. As long as you remain in the academy's grounds, your position was being monitored and displayed on the open info layer. Mm. Most students use this feature daily to find each other, but Saki was averse to it because it what evasive aversive whatever to it because it felt like an invasion of privacy. She avoided using it unless the situation called for it.
あれ教室まさかあの子。
What the classroom? Thomas' position as displayed on the infolator, what was on the okay. Thomas' position, Thomas' position on the display wait. Thomas' position as displayed on the info layer was that this very classroom. The reason was obvious. She left her device inside the bag on the desk. Ah ha 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 ha! Tama playing a fast one.
端末を忘れていったんですか。持ってないと連絡をつけるのは無理ですね。最先端テクノロジーの思わぬ落とし穴。
Yeah, truly. Truly, yeah. Oh no, Tama forgot her device.
忘れていった
Yeah,
か。
she so totally forgot. Either that or she left it behind in order to keep anyone from tracking her.
まったく。後で叱っておかないと。
Saki. Mm.
成田、玉緒の様子がいつもと違っているように見えなかったかい？
Taiki spoke softly so that only I heard his words.
大義にはそう見えたのかね。
気のせいかもしれない。何にせよ、注意はしておいた方がいい。最近、よからぬことが多いからね。
What?
よからぬことというと、この学園内に変質者が出るとでも？もし変態が出たら怖いですね。あ、変態いた。
Okay, where? Avery overheard us and said that, faking surprise while looking at me. I puffed out my chest I puffed out my chest and pride as a response.
心配は無用だとも。たとえ変態にカテゴライズされるのだとしても、私は一向に構わず、自らの信じるところをなすだろ
Yes, we must do what we must.
少しは構え。
ともかく、これ以上良くないことが起こらないよう祈るばかりだね。
Yeah. Yeah, anywho, okay, I'm gonna cut it here. I was like, thank you all for coming. Tomorrow I'm gonna okay, tomorrow I'm gonna do a lot. I'm gonna do a lot of crap. Though, quite frank, I'm probably gonna do it tonight when I get home. Um, so that's gonna be something. I might do it all tonight. If I can do it right, I might possibly do it all tonight, but I have no idea. So that's gonna be something. But anywho, I would say yeah, thank you all for coming. Really. Um, what else? I have no idea how I'm gonna play this out. Um, I might do okay for Riddle Joker. I might do an hour long video. Um, Last week people enjoyed it. I got like 10 views or whatever. Like, I think it's like 10, 12, something how many views. So I might do that again for Riddle Joker. So that's something, but I have no idea. But anywho, yeah, thank you all for coming and all that stuff. Again, thank you all. Please, subscribe to the video and all that stuff. If we can put in the comments, put it down in the comment, whatever. How you like the video, and whatnot. But anyway, again, I'll see you uh tomorrow. Um again, yeah, sorry. I might do the channel video update a video again. Um but actually hold up. I might I might just do Akano tomorrow or something different. I have no idea. I might do Kicking on Golden Time tomorrow instead. But I said I was going to do freaking Rika's route. So that's something I might do tomorrow. Because I know I think people will still want it. But um, in the description, I mean, in the community post or whatever, there's I think the poll's still going on. So I mean, you can still go vote or whatever. Okay. But anyway, check out yesterday's video for the lovely Kana Cavstella. Yeah, we had some heartbreak yesterday, but it was a live stream. But I'll put it in like around here or whatever, like around the anonymous picture, so you can see. But anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow.